We used to call this round of Connacht Gold Senior Championship group games decision time, but it is not really that this year, at least not in the way that we used to mean it. Saturday's games features just one out-and-out winner-takes-all encounter when Drumreilly take on Gortletteragh next Saturday in Cloone, while 3 games at 3 different venues in Group 2 will decide which 2 teams advance. But even with the clubs that are safely through to the knockout stages, there is a lot for them to consider, particularly with the quarter-finals scheduled for the weekend of September 14th to 16, something that astute coaches will be wise to pay heed to. With just a week before the quarter-finals, do you rest players for the quarter-finals, pull any player carrying any sort of a knock or strain to ensure you are at full strength for the knockout stages? Or do you go full out to ensure you get a supposedly better draw against a weaker 4th seed in the quarter-finals and a safer passage to the semi-finals? These are all dilemmas facing clubs, as, in the past, there was normally a week's break between the group stages and the quarter-finals, but for some clubs, it will be simply flat-out football or you're going out. Below we take a brief look at the games. Drumreilly v Gortletteragh. The tie of the round, Drumreilly have to win and a draw will do Gortletteragh. Playing for a draw is dangerous and it is hard to know who has the best form here. On paper, Gortletteragh look to have the edge, particularly with the return of Jack Heslin, but you get the feeling that Drumreilly have been targeting this one, and in a one-off contests, nobody is better than Drumreilly at upsetting the odds. I really don't know which way this will go. St. Patrick's Drumreilly v Drumreilly. Drumreilly have had a rough campaign and it doesn't look as if it will get any better against Drumreilly. Drumreilly may even consider saving something for the relegation series, which is now more important. Drumreilly can afford to rest anyone with injuries and still look strong enough to win. They should just do that. Ballinamore Shawno Heslins v Mohill. On paper, a titanic clash, but both clubs may just look at risk versus reward here. Victory leaves the winner with a seemingly easier game in the quarter-finals, while the losers could end up facing Street. So weighing up the risk of injury against avoiding the Carrickmen is a big question. Maybe someone might want to send a message here, but champions Mohill to edge it. Melvin Gales v Aughnisheelin. Another winner-takes-all clash, as Melvin Gales need a win to force a 3-way tie, and a point will do Aughnisheelin. Melvin Gales have only a win over Bornacoula to show for their efforts, and you get the feeling that Aughnisheelin have been the more consistent side. If they reproduce the ferocity of their outings so far, last year's intermediate champions should send the Kinlough men into the relegation series. Alan Gales v Glencar. Manor Hamilton. Alan Gales come up against a strong, experienced and clinical Glencar, Manor Hamilton, and they face a dilemma. An Aughnisheelin win would mean the Gales wouldn't need a win, but would you want to be relying on someone else doing you a favour at this stage? And what if Melvin Gales win? Alan Gales have shown flashes of promise and they might find Glencar, Manor somewhat nonplussed ahead of the quarter-finals. Still, you have to expect a Manor win here. St. Mary's Kilthorpe v Bornacoula. St. Mary's are probably the team with the most latitude for resting players. The only way there are complications is if both Aughnisheelin and Alan Gales win big and Mary's lose big. They could drop to 4th in the group on scoring difference. Bornacoula have endured a tough campaign and may also consider resting players ahead of the relegation series. There is nothing much to win here, but you'd still expect St. Mary's to take the victory.